Hello everyone. So in last stream, what we accomplished was let me just show you. Huh. So in last stream, what we did was we worked on the rotation. That means this rotation for all the blocks that that are present in Tetris, and also we worked on the falling mechanism. We worked on making the first we worked on making an approach for our so that we can follow this whole list and try to keep everything sorted. And let me just decrease the volume because it's a little bit distracting. Imagine lo-fi being distracting. Okay. Let me just post a story. I forgot. Anyway, so in the last stream, what we did is first we worked on the rotation of the blocks, which we did for each and every block. Z block, S block, L block, J block, I block, T block, and T block. Then we worked on the approach. We figured out what all things are necessary. That means the core mechanics, the queuing. The queuing means all the random blocks that will be showed here, which once a block is placed, then that other block, whichever is in this block queue, comes renders, and then we would be able to play with that. So that comes in queuing, then scoring, and then we went through each particular task and broke them down into what exactly we are going to do with how are we going to accomplish that. Calling, we worked on controls, that is rotation control, which we worked prior, and then AD control, which we did here. So when I press D, it goes to right, and when I press A, it goes left. And then we worked on falling motion, which was whenever the block renders, interval starts after 1 second's interval, it increases the y index, uh, y coordinate, and which shows a falling sequence here. We did it, and then we worked on the collision, the bottom collision. We worked on the bottom collision. That means when it reaches the bottom, it would stop there. Now we are going, and we also wanted to work on at, when if a block is there, and if another block comes and collides here, then what should happen. But we cannot work on it right now because we haven't worked on the fact that there are supposed to be blocks. uh, the memory, the management of the blocks that are accumulated here, the accumulation of the bottom blocks management. Sorry for the wrong, I don't know the terms with Tetris, so I didn't looked it up. But I think these would these would be enough. This would explain what I'm trying to achieve here. Bottom blocks management. Yeah, the bottom blocks, the blocks that are going to be accumulated here. We need to work on them. So I think before working on this, we need to work on this. Then we can go back here. And once that is done, I think we can start with this rotation check with accumulated blocks. What I mean by that is that uh, when there are block present at the bottom, and if a rotation needs to be done here, that might change the that might collide with that might collide with the blocks that are accumulated down. That's it. Sorry for that. There was a call. Sorry for that. Let's continue. So what I was working on is I was telling that the rotation, we need to work on that too. That when there are blocks accumulated here, then what should the logic for the rotation should be? Okay, so before that we need to work on the bottom blocks management. So let's do it. Right now the state of these blocks, right now the state of our game is such that when it is falling, it would when it is falling, it would check that whether it has reached the bottom. If yes, then it would just clear the interval and stop the yes, it would stop the falling mechanism. So now we should start on so right now when it is true, what should it do, right? So if it is true, then if it is if it is false, then this code shows that if it is false, then pixel would get updated with the current block, that is the block with added y, right? But if it is false, sorry, if it is true, so then what should it do, right? So when that happens, there must be another state update which would just which would save the block that is which would take the current block, and it would just save the blocks, those pixels inside the pixel. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So what it would do is, it would take where did it go? Okay, so where did our logic go? So here, instead updating the current block, it would update the existing pixel and kind of impose these blocks on it with color and coordinates on it. So how would that happen? Okay, so update add current block to bottom, add current block, add block to bottom. So this would sorry, what this would do is, this would be a function that would take the current block as an input and give a pixel which would be give a pixel which would have the current block imposed as it is. So how are we going to accomplish that? It would be simple. It would take color and what all things does, let's just console log current block here, right? Just see what all things are present in our current block, so that we always have a, I think I should increase the speed of this to a little. Okay, so that we don't waste our time. The thing about this is the error which we were facing back then too, right? The falling stops, but sometimes it keeps on moving, right? Like, okay, sometimes let me tell you about errors, or keep in mind, when there are errors, you should always errors are good, but those errors are not good which are not replicable or not easily replicable, because those are some, because they are literal waste of time, because they come once in a while, but we don't know what is causing them. So um okay, return. So for now I am just returning the current pixel state. I'll be changing it, but for now I'm just returning for the safer side. But I think this function is not being called because has was false, right? Then what is stopping the, okay, so clear interval happens, it returns okay, right? Damn. See, what I did here is I tried to return the function, but in for each there is already an arrow function. Then it would return this, and which is wrong. Do you get it? So that's why we should always check our logic before implementing it, or these things happen. But anyways, these are just silly mistakes that every programmer does. But okay, ठीक है. Let's move on. Has reached bottom. Check, and which would be false by default, and it would be written here, right? And so what this would do is it would be false by default, but any of the pixel is greater than or equal to 19, then it would be true. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to explain. Okay, great. Nothing weird happened, right? It stopped before the collision. So what we have resolved this issue, which was causing a continuation in our intervals, and I think this issue might not come back, but let's hope it doesn't come. Let's so now we reached this function. The console log that happened at the very last was because we were able to call this function, and before this we were not able to call this function. Okay, so now current block has color, the block name, the pixels, and the state it is in, right? So the state it was in. So what we need right now is just the pixels and the color, so that we can tell the bottom manager, that bottom logic, that these pixels need these color, and it would be saved, and it won't be empty, right? So let's work on that for now. Current block, and we need color and pixels. Now what we want to return is new pixels, right? So we're just launched new pixels. Keep in mind that I'm not trying to make it efficient right now because I haven't made this game at all, so I'd rather like to make a working version first, then make it efficient. So let's just work on this. So the new pixel. Right now what I did is copy the update pixel. Well, I think we should make a common function for updating the pixel, and right now it works only for one current block, which is not that efficient. We should be working on making it for everyone, or for every scenario, right? So what scenarios can come while working with this updating pixel scenario task? What all scenarios can come? So first would be the first block which we have handled. Then comes a block what all is I think we should updating logic should be like, it would take existing pixel from the state and apply okay, so here right, we didn't add a initial pixels, right? Initial pixel, which was supposed to be just empty functions, right? Right, so it won't take any current block or any it won't take any current block. It would just show an array of empty blocks, which is how initialization is supposed to be. That's why it felt so wrong. So we did this and we added a current block, and actually what we should do right now is current block should be empty with color empty, pixels empty, state -1. We are keeping it -1 so that no, just for nomenclature purpose. Yes, these and okay, so here these are not quite working, right? So what this is doing is, on component mount, it is trying to increase the value component did mount. It is trying to increase, but current block is empty, right? So what is it doing? So current block should be null. These are just null check, right? So because we don't want our app to malfunction when there is nothing to read, right? Right. So the console logs that were taking place here, they were because there was no current block, and but still it was trying to process things. Yeah. Because of which these console logs were taking place. So we just added a check that if there is no current block, then do nothing. If there is a current block, then create a new current block with y-axis increased, or whatever the function it is. So this is our initialization. We are working on initialization so that we have a better understanding on how we are going to work with when the state changes with however the game proceeds. So we have made an initial pixel which was supposed to be this, but we were working with this. Now we get this. Now what we need to do is updated pixels. Yeah, right. So what would updated pixels look like is it would take the existing existing pixel state and then check whether it would get existing pixels state and then apply any operation we want to apply, like rotation or falling or any operation. It would be applied here. So how would that happen is I am little lost, but it's because I started on a wrong foot. I think that because of which I'm getting a little bit. Okay, so let's take pixels from the state and then we'll go through each. I think we should work on what type of. Okay. If there is a function what all functions are going to call them. Let's see what all functions are calling. Okay, so first is rotate, which will give then move current block forward, left and right. Then falling. Okay, so there are 4 functions that are calling, which and then there would be this function which we'll call it later. So I think we need to apply different logic for every operation, right? Okay. So we would make a const new pixel. It should be empty array. So then let's work for rotation first. No, addition of current block, right? So addition of current block would have a function I think I'm getting a little bit confused with this. No. Um, what I'm what is making me what is I think I should explain what I'm getting stuck at, right? So the thing is, with the update, we are still working with a mechanism where it needs a current block. It would take the current block, it would get its pixels, and it would just change the pixels as per the current block. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? But the whole logic with get updated pixels doesn't need to have a current block. It should be a multi-utility function, right? So which would just work with different logic. So I'm just trying to figure out that what all functions would it have with it. So we get an initial pixel, and then we want to no, we don't want to rotate them first. We want to apply polling to them, right? So polling function is applied, and then we want to make sure that so is polling update to polling true. Let's just pass an object to it where we will say update for polling. This would suggest that to the function that what type of function it needs to do, right? So we have added an object with update for falling true. This would suggest the function that it needs to update for falling. Then which it would do after updating current block. With the new current block. Okay, so we would just okay, operation data, operation data. Let's say it's an object called operation data, which will have all the parameters necessary for updating the operation. So I think we can work with this logic. For falling, we would do such that when if there is update for fall, not fail, update for fall. If there is an update for fall, then it would check whether it is true. Then it would take out the data coming inside the operation data, and then it would try to work with it. Then let's add for movement, right? Movement operation. These are two movement operations, and this is a rotation operation. I think movement operation and rotation operations both will have same logic. We'll just when these type of situations come, I tend to keep the logic as discrete as possible, so that if there needs to be some breaking down to do during efficiency, we can just we'll just do that later, because we can add more logic on the go, and then after once the intended result is there, we can try to slash down those logic which are not needed. You wanna react to my video? No, I don't think so. But would like to do check them out. This is cool. Thank you. TV Sharp. Thank you for the feedback. So do you get my point, right? So what we are trying to do is we got a what I'm trying to say is that for updating pixels, there was a confusion at my side that we don't need current block, right? So not every updation would need a current block or something like that. Every updation has a different set of function and different set of operations. So what we are trying to do here is we are trying to denote those each operations right here in a form of object, and the data inside the object, and which would suggest the operation that what sort of operation needs to be done. So we are breaking it down into discrete for data so that it would work on it individually. And I think that logically some of those operations would overlap, so we would just jot them down, cut them off when if it is necessary. Okay, so we did this update for rotate, update for move, and update for fall. These are done, right? So we're just so we'll just go look into it, that how these are going to work. Operation. If operation dot update for false, it would be to take operation data. It would take the current block from there, and we don't need to check null check for these functions, because we know that these data are going to be available at every function call, right? So this is here, then update for same would work for, I think same would work for move to, I think, no, I know that it would work, but the logic inside would change. Current block, it would take the current block, it would falling, right? So it would take the current block, it, okay. So for fall, I think sometimes I need time to think for them. So sometimes I think I just zone out, because thinking for thinking a solution for this is, so again I got stuck in a problem that how am I supposed to, if I think we need to set states for block. I'm getting ahead of myself, and because of which I'm not able to figure out a solution, which is little confusing, because there is no substantial thing on which I can, because of which I can't explain to you what I'm trying to figure out right now. But the problem I'm facing right now is when there is a fall happening, it need to consider that there are pixels below accumulated on the lower bar, and also there can be pixels everywhere, so it might delete each and every pixel, so that just fall can happen, which is wrong. So the falling mechanism, how the falling mechanism, before, you know what, let's go step by step. Falling will not happen until start working on it, right? So where did component mount go? Falling motion will not happen until and unless there is a current block, right? So what we would do is get insert a create new current block. This function, what this function would do is, what I'm creating a current block. I think I should not work on this before after mounting, but still I don't give anything out right now. So let's create. So what I'm trying to do is this whole function is a little too confusing me for me to handle right now. So we'll just work on it step by step. First, we need to render one block here, right? So how are we going to do that? Is new block operation, add new block. So when component is mounted, it calls a function called create new current block, right? So it would be this. It would be which would not need any then this would be called there. We don't need it here, we need it here. So this would be called, so this is a new current block, which would be passed to this dot update this dot state pixel, this dot get updated pixel, which would have its own operation data. The operation data would have update for add block, add new block, which is true, and data, let's call these data instead of operation data, just call it data, because I don't think we need So my discretion when it comes to making object, data is not even where 98. Data is not identified, so data would be new current block would be equal to current block. I know these nomenclatures are not right, but I don't know. We are not working for efficiency, we are working to make it happen. This will be called somewhere else, right? So when this new current is created, then it would start the, once this state is updated, it would start the polling motion for that block, right? So once we go add new block, here we have color reference pixel. What we would do now is go through each pixel in the state. Okay, we'll so what it would do is go to that, we'll just before the block pixel, I am naming the pixels block into block pixels so that the function don't get confused. It won't happen, would just override it. So const would be such that I think we need clearing to do also. Okay, so when let's work with it. I zoned out and went ahead of myself. Sorry for that. So these are old pixels. No, these are pixels. What we will be doing is we'll go through each pixel through for each, and then we'll be having their x called, y called, and out of the pixel we'll access them on let's just we need to change the function, right? So it is empty would be false, then color would be different and color would be the color of the block, and this would be return, right? Let's hope so I think something went wrong with this, so I just kept why did this render 4 times? Okay, because of that there is the right. So now what happens? Console lock happens. Anyway, so you know that so the y coordinate and the x coordinate, right? So what we need to do is in this we will be first accessing the y coordinate, then we will access the x coordinate and we'll apply the color. So with that in mind, if we just reload it here, this is supposed to be I think pixels should not change. For this, I see the right now what is happening is when I change pixel here, the state itself change because objects are reference based. Because of that, if I change an data there, it would change in the at the address level, which is wrong. It should not change at address level. For that, you add a library called npm install lodash. What lodash would do is it would in that we have import lodash has a function called clone deep, which would create a deep copy of a value. It recursively clones the value. It is similar to clone. This is used, but should I use it every time? Would it be efficient? Let's use it for now. I know efficiency is not a priority right now, so just go with it. Oh, sorry, clone loop. Lodash. Okay. So what lodash will do is create new pixel, clone loop, of this pixel. So when we change for this pixel, now we can see things. I think I need to restart the server so that lodash can be used. Loader was added to the library package, but it is not shown here. Why? Can't resolve loader? Is it? No. Why? Instead we should do this. I don't know. Let's worry about it later. So empty was true, we changed, and then this happened, so that if we see here, we can get that this L using just by looking at this, we can see that the L is created, and I should just if I just add it to the pixel, it would just, it should be working fine, right? Let's and current block would be the new block, right? Right, but polling is not working, right? Because we haven't worked on polling. So let's work on polling. So the current block, going to work with that. So right, we have a working update fall or update for fall function, right? So let's just remove it. Commented. So what we need is we need old current block and new current block, because we need to clear the older block which was on pixels, and we need to add the new pixel, right? So we'll just add this current block. We don't need to add the old word to it because we have it. So these are the new old current block, and we'll add another new current block to it. New block pixel. pixel and old block pixel. Just like this. Before that, we will just go ahead and go through all the old block pixels and we'll just remove each and every one, right? So it would be blue and color would be empty. What is my function doing? The color is empty. Okay, so me just adding empty is true would be suffice. And for new block, it would go through them and add those colors. I think that would be enough. For current block will be still something is not working quite right, so let's go and check. Okay, the calling should not work, right? Then why is it working? Okay, so data, when falling takes place, this will be data would be read by, right? So now this is working and it stopped. Let's check again. Stops. Sure, falling is also now updated with the new logic. We need to, I think we should remove unnecessary console log, right? Since things are working. For keys I need them. For falling I don't need them. For network block we still need it because we haven't worked on it. With admin we have. Okay, so our console logs are also gone. I think this is a good state. We should commit this. So what we did right now is we changed our update logic, get updated, changed get updated pixel logic to support different operations. This change was necessary for the long run, which was because our update pixel logic was just one block oriented, and since we are moving past that now, so we need these changes. It was required, and now I think I'm pretty much okay with this now. So now we have worked on falling, right? So The next thing we need to do, moving. Rotation and moving is still remaining. So let's just work on that. We need to work on first moving, rotating, right? So we also need old block here. What we are working on right now is that it is a prerequisite to move ahead. I don't think so it's a prerequisite, but change in update update pixel logic. It needed to change so that we could work smoothly. So let's work on rotating. We haven't added that to the if list. I think we need to add these into different functions. We will do that while making sure that redundant functions or in lines are not repeated. That would also be a part of our development process, so that even though efficiency is not our priority, but shouldn't affect we. Okay, I think this function I think this function is applied everywhere. So yeah, nice. nice. We just needed to, instead of checking that if they, in short, that my hunch that there will be redundant code is true, because applying this logic doesn't need to be different for any other. For rotate and for movement, we don't need to change the logic, right? So we can just add them in line. Okay, for movement there is something that is not working quite right. And what is that? So old pixel. Okay, we don't have old pixels, right? We didn't add it when working on move. We added for so the current logic needs both in the new block and the old block. So you get the I think we have. So now what we did is, I think you got the point, right? So for falling, for rotate, and for move, we had the same operation going on, because since you can see it just requires the old block and the new block, and it would delete the old block from the pixels, it would add the new block in the pixels, and then it would return the pixel. And when we came across the add new block operation. It just needed the new block which was there. It would just add that to the pixel, which it would render it here with any other way. So I think you get what I was trying to do here. This was necessary so that we can add flow to this update pixel function, which we when I started working on it, I was just trying to make it as quick as possible so that at least what I'm trying to there would be some visual representation on what I was trying to work, right? So that's why I made a makeshift get update pixel which would just update it, but it won't take the factor that there would be pixels existing there. It just blanked all the pixels and it started it was just an animation, but now it would take the factor that there are existing pixels and it would try to update it. And what we will do down the line is we'll make sure that before updating any pixels, all the marks are checked so that we don't overlap two pixels, like there is already a block here and we try to update the block pixel with another block, then it would be instead of collision it would just overlap, and that would be bad because there is no overlap in Tetris. So this we need to work on. This logic will help us prevent that. Okay, so only these changes are required for rotate and move operation. Okay, so we are done with it too. Okay, so now we can work on add block to bottom. Since collision will take place, this would be best, right? Now we are up to speed with our existing state. So let's move on. Let's add this block to the bottom. And how will that happen? Sorry for that. Okay, so add block to bottom would be true, and what it would require is data of current block, current block, and it would require nothing else, right? Current block will remain the same. Operation dot add block to bottom, and also operation current block. So what I did is I took the current block which was passed in the data, and I took the block pixel and just add it to the pixel which is already there, right? And also is bottom. We'll just add it here so that it is denoted correctly, and we'll just call not here. Once this is done, when this is done, we'll just first of all we need to clear this interval and then create another. Here, and what would it be? So you get what I'm trying to what I did. I know it's not working quite right. I think this is pretty much manageable. So what we did is whenever reaches bottom, it will just clear the falling interval for the existing one, and then create a new block, paste, add it to the pixel, add it to the main state, and then add another calling interval. I hope this is working. Okay, so wait, what happened here? Something. Wait. Right, this thing that happened, which was this, the whole animation caused 2 pixels to clear. These won't happen because we'll be checking for collision before it happens, right? So started playing, so sorry for that. Where was I? So our calling is working fine, and it creates a new block. The only problem with this is right now that we are not getting random blocks, we are getting one block. So let me just add a small enum. Go on block name list will be Z S L J O I T void O I T. Then index would be math dot random plus 0 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. It had to be mod 6, right? Console log. Zero is unnecessary. What should I do? Okay, so math random will generate a random number. It will be multiplied by 10. Then there will be float function. It will convert it to an integer, and then we'll mod it by 6. So we always get a number which is inside this range, and we will just block namelet random index. So now we get a random block each time. Oh yeah, each time we get a random block. I start playing this game, I tell you. I start playing this game, man. I can't wait for this game to work before I start playing it. But as you can see, this is also a little bit awesome. Let's just change the colors before we start working on it, right? So before that, let's commit the changes. Commit, add, what will we add? So add block to bottom logic, and render new random block. For now, these new blocks are random. Then once we have worked on the queuing mechanism, which is not on a higher priority right now, we'll just add the blocks from the queue. This is so awesome. Hello, my one consistent viewer. How do you like this? Right now these collisions are not working. I haven't worked on these collisions, because of which these look totally wrong. I'll be working on them. Because of this, these look little weird. Oh, little. It is totally breaking the game. I know, but for now I'm just enjoying what I have done. Anyways, let's continue. I think I should change the colors, right? What are good colors for good color? Red is good, orange is good, green needs some change, and I don't think any color needs green needs more change. I think light green is better. Is there light green? Something called light green. What do I need to? Thank you. I know, right? This is good progress. It, at least it looks cool now. Okay, green is also awesome. So let's start working. Collision, right? So when these are when the when this block is fallen, we have added the check that uh, that would prevent it from going beyond the bottom, but we haven't add any check which would prevent it from the block going beyond the blocks which are part of the bottom, right? So we need to add that. So how are we going to do that? So has reached bottom? No. Then we'll check whether okay. So what we will do is add another has collided very important, which is average bottom block will be another function this dot check current block read spot block. These functions are a little too big. These functions names are little too big, but let's go with it for now. Am I audible, right? I'll just wait for your answer. So what I did is I add another check that if the block has reached to a bottom block. So for that, again I have taken the current block. For each block I'll take out the X chord and Y chord. And then I'll get the existing pixel, right? So pixels from the state. So which are the screen pixels? I'll just name them screen pixels for now. This dot state, the screen pixel, it will go on the Y chord and the X chord if dot is empty is equals to false, then so what this logic is that it will go through all the pixels and check if any of the pixel is not empty. If it is not empty, is equals to false, right? If empty is false, then there will be a collision. So we just added it here. Let's see what happens. What? Pixel connected property of undefined pixel. I think code by code, and then is empty false. What is okay? So right, so I think I should check it here. If it has not reached bottom, then it will check for whether it has reached any if yes, then it would, it's an else if, right? But it is supposed to be else if, but I am adding it here so that there is an error throwing. It should not be thrown, but screen pixel XY. This is the line which is causing the problem. Undefined. Why is it undefined? Screen pixel should be defined, right? Y chord. Y chord is 20. That's why it isn't supposed to be 20. It's supposed to be 19. So, right. Here we are supposed to, if equal to, I tell you, okay. What? Something weird. Okay. So first of all, we need to con this. If y chord is 19, greater than 19, it shouldn't check for okay. So if there is a y chord, there is an x chord and is empty, false, then has reached bottom is true. Okay, so this is functioning properly. Okay, we just haven't figured out why it's not catching this. So console log, this was supposed to be true, right? This will be false, this will be false at the start. Where are all the other console logs? Removing all the other console logs so that we don't. Okay. What? This is staying true every time somehow. It's not false. So what's happening now is that we have added two checks. First check is that whether it reaches the bottom, and second check is whether it reaches to a bottom block. That means a block which is residing on the bottom, right? So it will check before that. It will check that whether there is a block, and if there is, then it will just stay there. It was supposed to be such, but this thing is coming as true, because of which this is sorry, this is always true, because of which it will always come false, and then there is no point if it is not changing, right? It should change. It should change only when there is nothing, right? So there is something. When there is something, it should change. At the start it should always stay low. So console log. The new itself always has okay. So now is empty false. How is empty false? Is empty false. False stuff will have input secret. This empty is supposed to be true. Right. So right, okay. So we just need to add this. Right, I added one is bottom flag, which was supposed to be checked before adding. So what it is doing is it is checking for itself too, right? The current block blocks are also will also make isEmpty false, right? But what we need to do is we need to check for bottom. So there was isBottom flag added, which I didn't add to the logic, which was supposed to be added, and this caused this to happen. I think so. Let's just work on it again. Cannot what? Don't. Cannot set property for undefined. What's undefined about it? Come on. Let's keep the has block to something else. We can focus on it on a different way. Okay, so right, so what this has done has added to the bottom. Why is it false? It is supposed to be false. Then if this is true, it will go here. So okay, so the first block is also being checked, right? What I want to do is has reached bottom, then why would it check for this, right? So I think we should just add it here. It has reached bottom, has not reached. True. If this is true, then it will go there. It has reached bottom. Arey yaar. This is giving me a little headache. Falling. It will check for blocks first. If there are any blocks, then it will stop. And create a new, right? So if this is true, then it will just create a, it will stop there, add block to the bottom, and return. That's it. But if this is not, then it will go here and check if it is not falling, and if it has not reached any bottom, it will fall. Okay, let's hope this works. Oh, it's working. Hello. Okay, now at top it doesn't work, but that's a totally different thing. I think this should work. I was so stuck in that logic. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is working. Oh my god. Oh. Are you seeing this, Laiba? I can play Tetris. Not yet, but still quite a progress, I think. I want to see what happens when I rotate. Yes, it wasn't supposed to be like that, but it is what it is. Yep. All right. This is awesome. Oh. Oh my god. I can't explain how much awesome it is and it's working. Okay. So I know there are some flaws. Of course, there are going to be. those need to be fixed too, like this part right here. What is this? What is this? Okay, sorry for that. Sorry. Uh, Sorry, there was a call and I muted myself. And okay, so what you were saying is, along with boundary check, you will have to add block check as well on the side. On the side, why do I need block check on side? I didn't get the question. I think what I'm trying to say is with the movement check. We worked on falling motion with when the falling block collide with the accumulated blocks, right? We worked on it right now, because of which we are getting this left and right side so that it won't overlap. Right. I was I'm going I'm just going I'm just explaining you what the exact thing you are saying right now, like what you meant by left and right side so that it won't overlap. I'm just explaining you that we worked on that accumulation, right? And now we want to work on movement check with accumulated blocks. That means when we move, no, then these pixels don't check that whether there is a block uh, already there while moving, right? So we need to check that whether there is a block there also, so that we don't get this overlapping and pixel getting overwritten by other pixel. So we need to add a movement check and rotation check also, which will prevent us from making something uh, which will help us in rotation too. Okay, so let's work on movement check first. Movement. Where is the movement function? Okay, these are move left and move right, right? So sorry for that. So when move left and move right happens, it's directly just add the new block to the pixels, right? So we need to change that. So exactly like in calling, we'll add check to it. So let's just, I think this exact same checks can be added. I think so. Let me just decrease the interval speed. Before that, I like to just add. It's okay that you are not. Even my terms are not technologically correct or anything. I'm just using words that I'm using to keep that I'm using throughout the whole stream. I even I don't know the correct terms for it. I'm also figuring out as you. So before, what I want to say is before checking on this uh, movement check, I want to add S button, because there should be an S button too. What S button would do is it would not wait for the blocks to fall. It would just make them fall as it is, right? I think there must be a code. Uh, there should be a function for that too. Hmm. What it would do is add to add block to bottom this function. it will take the current block, then create a new current block. Let's add a function for that too. Add a block to bottom. No, for what it would do is it would go through each pixel and check for the downmost. Okay, so it will go through each pixel. It will take each pixel's y coordinate and x coordinate, and in that x coordinate, wherever there are empty y coordinate, it will just go down and check which is the lowest one, right? And it will just be a projection. Okay, so what would it look like? Whether there are blocks like this, and there is a block here, so there are 4 pixels, this and this. It will go through each pixel and check whether the bottom, at what coordinate is the bottom for each pixel, at what coordinate is the bottom. For both there would be same, and whichever collides whichever has the least amount of y distance would be the distance that has been covered by the block, so that it doesn't collide. I suppose I'm making sense. For like if there are sorry for that. If this is something like that, and this is the whole bottom of the Tetris screen, right? And this is supposed to be the block which is going to fall down. Then it will go through each pixel and check the bottommost y coordinate. Okay, and the least amount of distance would be taken and would be added to each and every pixel, so that also -1, so that it stays here. This would be the falling the S button function. So when it comes, I think I'll just work on this S and then I'll call it done, because it the stream has gone long as it is, so we need to. I also have some other things to look into. Sorry for that, but we'll just work on these movement accumulation and round rotation and all in next stream. These queuing and scoring, I think these will be fine. It can be worked on the next stream. These can be worked on next stream. These two can be worked on next stream. We'll just work on this and call it a day. I should not take much time for this too. So take the current pixel, pixel, it goes through each block, pixel, export y chord from the pixel which we are supposed to work on, and we'll access the is equals to the y chord, the current y chord, and I is greater than or equal to 19, I plus equals to 1. So I for in the for loop, before for loop there will be a bottom pixel, bottom pixel, that bottom pixel is equal to null, each is not a function. No, for each should be. Okay. For each is not a function. I get it. Okay. So null. We'll wait for this to. For this, I should increase the. Right. So bottom pixel is null, and oh, that's why. Watching. Hello. So what I'm trying to do is right here is trying to check whether not empty. Okay, so again the same thing happened. Is empty false? Why is empty? Just a minute. Hello. Hello. हाँ
हेलो
हाँ
आ रहा है
भाई
क्या खेलने RX हेलो हाँ अब आ रहा है खेलने कब तक चलेगा बोला था 5 बजे आया जाएगा इसलिए ठीक है एक कॉम्प पे खेल लेते हैं फिर आ जाना चल
Hello. Sorry for that. So what we were working on is that when the letter S is pressed, we need to check that all the block falls down. Okay, so For that, what we need to do is what we'll check each and every block and check that whether that particular block is sorry, we'll get a bottom pixel for it, right? So it will just let bottom pixel is equals to the pixel which is at the very bottom. Okay. Still I'm getting null for some reason. Okay, so the thing is, it is not reaching the for loop. For I is greater than I is less than na barabar. So okay, at the end we will add a debugger so that we don't get confused. Okay, so first, second, third, fourth. Is bottom true, then we'll get okay, so here we got 3 pixels which were supposed to be this, right? How did we got 3 pixels? Right. And what about the first? Okay, the first one was null. All the 3 other than the null were this. So for null we will just for null y will be 20. Okay. Let highest lowest, right? the lowest y. Okay, min y is equal to null. For now, let min y is equal to null. Y is equals to if bottom pixel is null, then equals to is null, then min y is equals to y coordinate minus 20, no, minus 19. Y for L, yeah, it would be bottom pixel y coordinate, right? So what would be the bottom pixel would be the y coordinate, sorry, the I. I'm sorry. So min y, okay. Is less than bottom pixel, then min y, sorry, undefined. Why is it undefined still? Undefined is greater than Okay, so undefined is taken as 0, right? So we need to change it to 20 because, sorry, 19, because 19 would be the biggest possible number. What's happening, bro? Come on, give me something to work with. I think I have reached my saturation for now. I think I should have a look at it later and fix this particular S functionality off stream, and then then we'll work on these functions that are movement while accumulating blocks and everything else. So what I meant to say is that when these blocks are falling and if they move left to right, then there is an overlap, there is a malfunctioning that you can see that see uh, like these blocks which are standing here, and if a block comes like this, then it will just overlap it. I think have to be something simple, but you are still no. Yep, I think so too. It will be simple, but I'm not. I'm just exhausted, like you said. So I need to work on it off stream. After some time, I'll just work on it and fix it. It's just a one particular functionality. I'll just work. Hope I find a solution on it. If I do find solution on it, I'll just explain what happened here, and we'll just I think we should just call it a day for now. Thank you for watching my stream. I think I should get some rest now. Thank you.